Gargantuan 3 months, Fault Fracture 18, and Eric Drummer with the Twitch Prime, appreciate ya. Was Menino always close to the leaderboard? Yeah, they've been grinding for a long time. People keep acting like Menino came out of nowhere. Okay, Titan's a good matchup, but they've been like right on the tail for the whole race. Yeah, that is true. We added the Snowlands and then we lost. Gives you something to think about, huh? Fair fairy decks, farewell. That's gonna be the next trophy race I do. That username is gonna be at the top. Ragavan Triumph? Oh, this is Glimpse. That username is gonna be the new username that I have to learn to pronounce. That's gonna be the new username, and Spike's like, Spike, it's kind of rude for you to not pronounce fair fairy decks farewell correctly every single time. Why don't I use F2 or F6 on the keyboard? Just a preference? Yeah, of course, just a preference. I like to talk with my hand. I like to lean back in my chair. I like to pet Athena. I like to multitask. What can I say? I really wish Magic Online would let me bind yes or no to my mouse. It doesn't let you do that. Why they when it's obviously him? Well, if we're talking about many, no, we do know that they're him. I'm very used to saying they. It's a good habit to be into. If we're talking about my current opponent, it is not obviously a him. You can with an MMO mouse? Okay, I might invest in one of those then. What, Fury? Probably not. What is Leyline Stop? I mean, this is game 1. They just have main deck Leylines. I don't know. They're just casting their spells, I think. I think they've got a pretty non-functional draw. Subs Bolt, though. I have a Logitech mouse. Yeah, me and us are about to make a, we need like an HDMI cord and an HP laptop charger. So I guess we can add that to the order. Oh, and a new mic. That was the big thing. New one of these. I could auction off the broken mic for charity. Aspiring Spikes, broken mic. Comes with tape, electrical tape on the bottom. What about P.O. Box? Yeah, I'll go get it set up. Like, I need to. I haven't been going because I've been sick. You guys understand. Or do you? Or do you? I think I'm gonna hand bottom Exile the Heat. I'm just gonna hold up both counter spells here. Hey Doom. I understand hits the Kappa. Fair. I missed the Kappa, thank you. Yeah, real tape touched by Aspiring Spike. I have thought about auctioning off the conspiracy board. Hey Evan. I have thought about auctioning off the conspiracy board when I get a new background. I'm probably gonna heat this. My dream background, my dream stream background is an aquarium. My dream stream background is like a really, really nice aquarium. And so maybe if that ever happens, that'll be the switch. So I mill a spell into the yard, I get Delirium. I think I'm just gonna go for the kill here. Buy an aquarium with large sums of money the rats are eating. Okay, then what are the rats gonna eat? You look so dumb right now. What are the rats gonna eat if I move those stacks of cash and use something with it? Come on, chat. Don't hate some amount of dress downs this matchup. I play like 1 explosives too. Saltwater, freshwater. Well, saltwater is like a lot harder to maintain, right? I would like a really nice one, so maybe saltwater. I would, you know, obviously put in a lot of work maintaining it. It's not really something that's very viable right now, but maybe me and Esther get into a house. It would be awesome. It would be awesome to have like a really just like a sick tank as the background, like a real fish tank. Plus the 2 pierce main, cut 1 charm, 1 removal. I really dislike cutting charm. You would cut the 2 furies in my opinion if you wanted to play 2 pierces main. Like I really feel like with Grixis Shadow being the most popular deck, cutting charm doesn't make sense. Charm is also just like amazing in the deck. Like Murktide players are just like sweating and they have veins popping. They always want to cut the charms, and I just don't understand. Do we do true Ragavans? Yeah, nobody respects the charm. They're just like, I'm just gonna cut a charm. I'm gonna cut 2 charms. I'm gonna cut all the charms. I'm gonna play Serum Visions. It's just like the charms are like so like incredible. They're like so consistently incredible too. I'm just gonna cut 1. I'm just gonna cut 1. And then they can't stop themselves. Now all the charms are out of the deck. If they Violent Outburst here, I think that's okay. It's kind of like, I think that usually when they get to 5 permanents is when they want to try to cascade. Spike strawmanning Murktide players. This time, the first time I'm actually not strawmanning, I feel. Okay, they're casting it now. I'm just gonna let it resolve. I know they have Charlotte's Agent in their hand, so if I counter this, they get to have a bigger glimpse. This is beatable. This is beatable. Although it's a big problem that I only have 1 instant or sorcery in my yard. Wait, what? Okay. Ragavan actually got to trade for something there. I think I need to fire off an iteration so my Murktide can be big enough to block this stuff next turn. I have 4 types, so I could play a 3/3 Channeler. Channeler like at least blocks the token. Wait, this is a Phyrexian? A Phyrexian Goblin. Cool. Okay, this is good for me that they're using this here, not on my Murktide. What are we even doing here? Well, again, I saw from Bauble that they had Charlotte's Agent in their hand. So if I let the glimpse resolve, they get to resolve glimpse the next turn, but their glimpse gets to be bigger if they play a land. So I think it was better to let it resolve and hope it just wasn't that big, but it was that big. Sometimes they say it don't be like that, but it do. Retro Gamer, thank you for 5 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, Glimpse is a really cool deck. I bet it's super fun to play in paper, but also terrible to play in paper at the same time. Yeah, if this Murktide were a 6/6, we'd be in so much better shape. But as it is, we like have to take this trade, I think. I guess I could chump with Ragavan for a turn. What does that really accomplish? Not that much. It turns on Heat as an out. I'm supposed to block. Again, thanks, Retro Gamer. Yeah, if I can find Unholy Heat, we have a chance. Coping kind of hard. There's another Murktide now. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think Heliod combo would be more present on MTGO if it weren't so painful to combo with. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It would be more popular. I don't know, like, how popular. It's very hard to quantify popularity without a lunch table to see where everybody's sitting. Alright, so Heat, Murktide are our best draws. We could maybe dash Ragavan, take a hit from Omnath, go to 1. I think it's probably better to chump with Ragavan, draw 2 now that we drew the charm. Is Heal even playable? There's probably some room for innovation. It's, you know, playable is also, you know, what does that even mean? There's actually like a few weeks ago where like I played against Heliod like 5 times. Someone at the Discord must have been like, guys, Heliod is good again, I swear. Wait, I only have 3 card types? How did that happen? I think I'm just gonna take this hit. They just announced they're porting Modern to Arena. Is this Eyelash trolling? Are we gonna have to ban Eyelash again? Joel 2, look for land. Yeah, the thing is I know they have Charlotte's Agent, so I'm kind of like don't want them to play the 2/2. Maybe that's too bad. Maybe looking for fetch land's better. If I find Bauble or Iteration here. Okay, yeah, this probably works. But at the very least, I could trade Channeler plus Heat, right? Okay, I got Delirium. I guess I would need Delirium either way, right? Put Dress down in the yard. I think yes. Heat. You never been at 1 before? I start games in Modern at 1 life. Yeah, so they go Charlotte's Agents. I spell Pierce the Glimpse. I play Ragavan that can trade for the agents, and I even got a Counterspell up. I'm feeling good. Feeling great, even. Time out Eyelash for 1 second. Harsh but fair. Harsh but fair. Probably holding on to that one. Crazy how easier this game would have been if we counted First Glimpse. Again, for like the 3rd time, that Charlotte's Agent my opponent just cast, they've had that card in their hand for this entire game. If I counter the First Glimpse, they get to untap and cast... They get to cast the Charlotte's Agent, and their second Glimpse is better than their first one because they can play a land. They get an extra permanent if they have a land. So it is better to let the First Glimpse resolve. Again. Yeah, it's a removal spell off the top. Bummer. Alright, let's play game 3. Does Cascade resolve whether you count the agent or not? Yes, it does. Maybe play a Blood Moon on the play. Hey, Kodal. Ah! What the hell? So they mulled this. They kept 7, but they had Gemstone Cavern and 2 Chancellor of the Forges. Don't think I want to Heat. Outburst, good card to know about. Monkey. Much needed Counterspell too. Yeah, their Cascade's gonna be quite strong, huh? And his Violent Outburst, 2 mystery cards over there. Only have 1 Explosives in the deck at the moment, right? Yeah. Looks like they don't have another land. What did they exile? They exiled Chancellor. Oh, is that how that works? You can reveal Chancellor and then exile it? It's pretty cool, if that is how it works. Kind of want to steal a token. Opponent is playing Glimpse from Tomorrow combo. That's pretty cool. Hope no one plays this in paper. I bet it's really fun in paper. Alright, they pitched the other Chancellor. What I like about countering this Fury is it does incentivize my opponent to go for a Cascade. And the Spell Pierce is like starting to become more and more dead. And so like getting it off here, assuming they don't have Dispute, seems fine to me. And even if they do have Dispute, like they don't always win on 5 permanents. It does look like they have Dispute if they're fetching right now, though. So floating a suspicious blue mana. Obviously, I think we still throw the Spell Pierce here. Wish my opponent the best of luck. I think I graveyard that. It could be fine to keep. Wait, they floated a red mana. They floated a red mana. Was that intentional? And they just didn't have the Dispute? I don't know that we'll ever know. What do you guys think? I kind of feel like they punted. I don't know, or you know, misclicked, whatever you want to call it. You may never know. And see how careful they are this time. Okay, red is floating at the moment. I think they just don't have Dispute. I think they just don't have it. So that's 2 Glimpses down. I think sometimes they actually play the full 4, but not 100% sure. The Actors Union is going to give Spike an award this year. Oh, man. Yeah. Floating mana for after the Glimpse, yeah. But, like, I do think that is what's happening. But I really thought they had the Dispute. Running that SAG card. How hard is it? How hard is it to get into these? To get a SAG card? You know, I've always wondered to. Because I just have some friends who have one, but they haven't like really done too much. Love them though. So I've just always wondered how hard it is to get one. You just need one roll, okay. Love them though, for sure. Shout out to all my Screen Actors Guild members in the chat. There's gotta be like 1 or 2, right? Can't they float mana when they get priority resolving the Glimpse? Yeah. That's why they were floating mana. 1 speaking role is SAG production. Good to know. I'm sure I'll be on like a game show one day, and I'll need this information. Deck Tech should refresh every 30 minutes, maximum 4 a stream. We might have already had 4 this stream for the channel points. Might have to wait till tomorrow. You have your side card? Hell yeah. Alright. He said that John was like, I'm pretty sure it was John. It might have been like Kai or some other god, but he said that they commented that they didn't know you could do that with the Colosseum. Just have Threshold immediately off the Lion's Eye Diamond. That was my PC, sorry. Kind of reminds me of the Gemstone Cavern thing just now. I think I don't fire off the iteration because I could draw something off the Bauble, and I might want to pitch it to Fury. Okay, we're playing against humans. Obviously, love to have Fury in this matchup. yeah, only works in the draw, of course. Yeah, that line only works in the draw. Love Red Green Reclaimer. Did I end up making any changes after the matches? No, I kind of settled on the unfortunate conclusion. Conclusion's kind of a stretch, but at the moment, I kind of feel like the problem with the deck is, oh boy, is that it's very good in the fair matchups and it's very bad in the unfair matchups. So I'm like unlikely to return to the deck unless the metagame is like very targetable. If that makes sense. Wait, they have a third Sentinel? It's kind of a pain because I wanted to steal this Aether Vial. Maybe I'll steal the Sentinel. They're about to Thalia's Lieutenant it. I think I'll just do that. Give him a card. Should have stolen first. If I steal first, they draw 2 cards. There's no way. Oh yeah, there's the Kappa. If it wasn't clear, yeah, sorry. We've had a lot of comments today. Still a little raw emotionally from having to yell so much. It hurts me to yell at chat and tell them they're wrong, but I've got to sometimes. You know what I mean? I just have to, for their own good. Opponent is not lieutenanting, which is pretty frustrating to be honest, but I have to get the Sentinel off the field. Take your card. Get out of here. We know that they have Lieutenant in their hand. So thankfully our Murktide's gonna be a 6/6. Obviously if they have Reflector Mage, we get to cry. I guess we should Fury the Mantis Rider here. And then I know my opponent has Thalia's Lieutenant. It's probably not worth risking like a Kitesail Freebooter or Meddling Mage to attack with this Sentinel. Oh, interesting. So the hand is Lieutenant Mystery card. Just trying to dodge the Reflector Mage, of course. Yeah, I know they always have the mage. Maybe not this time. Pretty lucky to draw both Furies against humans. Not that this is game over or anything. Sorry, my music app is frozen. I need to refresh. Thalia, another Mantis Rider. Graveyard. How do you think Reflector Mage is meta? When I was playing humans, I was like pretty happy to not include Reflector Mage, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure though. I'm not to be frank. Let's get an upkeep stop going actually. Oh, they have another Sentinel. Feels not great. So I guess we're gonna heat the image. Yeah, the 4th Sentinel. Because the image gets to block my channeler if I don't. I guess I could keep that. Just like any creature here is fine. And then I can attack for 9. I can attack for 9. Yeah, this seems pretty good. I think giving my opponent like a ton of time to draw Reflector Mage doesn't make a lot of sense. I can like jump block with the Sentinel, try to present lethal next turn. Or 2 turns with the Channeler. Not worth attacking for 6. I don't think so with the Mantis Rider out there, just letting them hit me for 4. But now that we got the Rider off the field, I think it is good. So they're going to image my Murktide Regent, I assume. So they're dead to Lightning Bolt and Holy Heat. I think I'm going to give them a chump block here. Or I could trade. Yeah, they don't want to offer the trade. Trading's probably fine. Yeah, then we just force the Murktide Chump Block, play second Channeler. I can play around another Dahlia's Lieutenant, but with a block, or, you know, I guess Mantis Raider too. Yeah, I'm a Staticaster. I love Staticaster too. Used to always play that card back when like Affinity and Effect were so popular. White upkeep for the Surveil to control my draw step there. Although I guess since it was going to be my whole turn, maybe it was better to take the draw first. Alright, GG. Opponent dead on board. Playing it out for fun, I guess. Alright, let's go bring in the Dress Downs and the Explosives. Cut the Counterspells. Might also cut like the fourth Murktide, fourth Consider. I do like Charm to Steal in this matchup. I do like Ragavan. Although maybe a Ragavan's a bit worse on the draw, actually. Because they were doing a lot of Sanctifiers. Just trim one. No, Charm I think is very good in this matchup to steal. I usually like Charm a lot. Like their Champion of the Parises get huge, you get to grab it. Probably a mulligan on the draw. It's humans. Let's try it. I would probably mulligan this on 7. But on 6, I think we probably have to keep. I know Fury's getting his tribal decks. I think they're probably under-represented. Yeah. Tribal decks are not super popular. We're not playing Fury to specifically target the tribal decks, but it is some nice extra gravy, huh? The only deck I feel like I haven't played against all week is Hammer Time. Maybe like once or twice. How much worse do you think the Phoenix list would be if it's just blue-red? It seems like Mending's important. Mending and Ending are both incredibly important. I really don't think you can be just blue-red. No 2-drop. Totally fine to trade this for any 1-mana creature. Would love for them to block here. Yeah. I've been saying this a lot, but usually if you're the Sentinel player, I think you're almost never supposed to take the trade of Sentinel for Channeler in the early game. I think you're almost always supposed to let Sentinel stay in play. Do you have any really sweet looking tier 10 gift lists? Yeah. I gotcha. No, I didn't delete it, did I? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to get Bruna, Light of Alabaster, Colossification, Radical Idea, and then you're also gonna want to have this Goryo's Vengeance probably in your hand, or maybe you could grab a Snapcaster. This deck used to be way better with Mystic Sanctuary. All right, and then so you're gonna want to Goryo's Vengeance your Bruna. And if they put Bruna in your hand, you get your Radical Idea into the yard. And then boom, bang, you got 27 damage that gets blocked by a flyer. Whoa, there's a Grist in play. Could get a little risky with this iteration. I could play the island first to ensure the ability to heat this. But I also get to attack it for 3. Punished. Of course, that's not my only tier 10 gift stack, but that's at least one of them. Of course, there's more when that came from. Does the last command always say no one, no matter what? Oh, pain. No, it's but We'll win the last league. What can I say? Doesn't always say that. Just usually says that. Yeah, it seemed to be pretty flooded this game, huh? I wonder if they have Chalice in their hand and they can't cast it because they have double... I guess they could have cast it off their Canyon or whatever. I think I'm going to use Bolt instead of Heat to kill the Thalia. Can have something big like a Hamlet Vanguard. I guess Hamlet Vanguard's not that big on this board. Haven't seen a Reflector Mage if you can stop playing it. I personally haven't been playing Mage in my humans lists. Obviously, like, there are spots where you want it, but I just tend to like rather be like the more proactive deck. You just try to just have a bigger board than your opponent. And I've liked that play when I've been playing humans, but I think a lot of humans lists do still play. Do still play Reflector Mage. My opponent has named Karizev Skyship Raider. That is a classy name. Oh, man. That is a classy name. What can I say? The trophy was with this deck today. I know it's like been my last like 7 trophies, but it's been really consistent. My opponent's revealed no companion. I think I keep this on the draw against no companion. Against Lurrus, I'd probably mulligan this. Weird hand. Opponent's mulled to 5. Also have a Husky Beagle mixture demands affection. Yeah, Huskies are like really high variance too. No Lurrus, but they do have Blackleaf Cliff's Bauble. On a mold of 5. Love to see it, I guess. They get better the older they get. Yeah, that's been my experience too. Where when we talked about this already today, but I think it was like she was not trained at all when I got her. She was already like 5 or 6 months old. She was really nice and sweet, but she was like very independent. Didn't want to listen to anything. Didn't want to like, you know, give or get any affection. Just wanted to play. Just wanted to play all day. But as time's gone on, she like listens a lot, and she's very sweet and affectionate now. And she just gets, yeah, she does just get better like every single day. I think human players underestimate Sentinel and Tathalia. Yeah. I mean, humans players who don't play Sentinel play Sentinel. It's not a conversation. Play Sentinel. Yeah, pour one out for old Balta, huh? Oh, the Lurrus Black Red. Yeah, that list is cool. That might be what this is. I was kind of thinking that could be Obosh, but I think Crocus is probably too important. I kind of think I'm going to keep the Canal. Don't mind keeping kind of a lot of lands in this kind of game that we're playing. Although, if I knew another land was coming, maybe I would have graveyarded. They're playing, if this is probably playing Seasoned Pyromancer and Liliana as the Lurrus cards. Maybe Blood Moon in the sideboard if I'm remembering correctly. I think with double iteration, I just want to use the Charm. And then I think I'm casting Ragavan with double iteration in hand. Built Shadow a few months back when you first started playing the deck, but now I want to branch out. I have a few hundo to buy. It's another deck. Would I recommend this version of Murktide or Red-Black mid-range? Well, Red-Black is probably easier for you to port into. I would imagine, right? That Red-Black is easier for you to port into from Grixis Shadow. But if it's all the same to you, I would, you know, this is not good advice, but I would just recommend the deck that you think is cooler. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what's the most important. Spire Lily, Leyline Moon. Yeah, but there's like a list that like people have been playing. I don't think they main deck the moon. It's a pretty aggressive din. We're gonna cast the bolts at the beginning of the combat step, so if their last card is DRC or Ragavan, they can't play it. I think I'm gonna graveyard this Ragavan. Since my opponent has Seasoned Pyromancers in the yard. I currently don't have a land or an artifact in the yard. Somehow don't have a land in the graveyard with 5 lands in play. Could have maybe kept that Fury. It's kind of digging for a Murktide, to be honest. Could have maybe got Island because of Blood Moon, too. I don't think they main deck it, though. When else come my Wordle stream? I've been playing Wordle, but I feel like I don't want to tweet about it. But I've been playing it. It's been fun. Ding, 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 ding. Are all the current top 4 leaders from the U.S.? No. Nino Monet is from Brazil. Tudor's... I think Ginger's Canadian, right? Actually, I could be misremembering. I think that Tudor's is or Ginger is Canadian. Maybe somebody knows. Sorry, let's keep hitting the cup on the table. Yeah, I think the list that like has been popular plays 4 Croxus. I think I went to Relics this matchup. Yeah, I wasn't sure if Ginger was Canadian. I just like remember hearing that. Probably keep this. Not a great hand. I don't know where Tudors is from. I know Tudors is in a different state. Like I don't know what state Ginger or Tudors is in. My opponent Mold to 4, concede. Let's go. New York. My opponent is 4-0 currently, and is playing Grixis Shadow. His hand's obviously weak to Ragavan, but I think you have to keep against Shadow on the draw. What time zone is the biggest advantage in the trophy race? I don't know. I don't know that there is like a big one. Although that being said, I do feel like trophies, like I genuinely feel like the time slot I stream in is the most competitive time slot. I tend to find that like the competition after the stream is easier. Maybe I feel that way because I'm not multitasking and nobody could ever see my hands, but I do also feel like the competition is lighter. But I just want to, you know, I do have biases, of course. Yeah, that's also with like the 9-to-5ers, the people with day jobs log on. Get to farm them. He says after last opponent multi conceded. Well, that happens almost never, for whatever that's worth. Win subathon. When Athena finally finishes eating all the stacks of cash in the living room. And she still has a decent amount more to work on. I think I hold up Counterspell this turn. The real question is, do I Fury the Channeler? I don't think so. I think I wait. You have stacks of cash in the living room? Where else am I supposed to put them? There's just so much of it. My opponent might also be straight black-red. What was my first modern deck? Not black-red. Beck and Call Elves was my first, like, casual modern deck, and then... Ooh, Luris in hand. Bummer. And then my first, like, more competitive one. No! Ah, damn it. Feels really bad to miss here. I think I need to hand the bolts. I think I need to pitch the iteration too because of the Luris. Maybe I could have waited on the Fury. It's kind of close. Ah, that feels so bad to miss on the land there. I saw Drown. Oh, that's right. I did see the Drown. Forgot.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
They might croak to me here. I mean, we're just so behind. We might be able to cheese them with Murktide, but I only have 2 spells in my yard at the moment. And they're going for Croaxia here. This does grow the Murktide, actually. Yeah, if I draw a land and I get to go, like, bolt them, play Murktide or something. Okay, now... I wanted to do that so this would be a 7/7. Don't have that luxury. Discard spell. Fetch land. I think I'm not playing the second Murktide this game. The Charm is really good here. If I guess I'll discard the Murktide. I don't think I'm playing it. The Charm is really good if they play like a Shadow this turn and I draw land. They're going for Lurrus Channeler. That was a tough iteration. I don't think this matchup's bad though, but obviously like we're not in a great spot where we lose the game 1 on the play. This has been my sideboard plan. I'm just gonna stick to it. Cut the Furies, 1 Consider for 3 Pierce. Why no block? I mean, if I block, I'm so behind. They have Lurrus in hand. They get to go Lurrus Channeler. I could never win if I'm not able to kill them with Murktide. My Murktide was just a 6/6 too. No, I don't bring in Moon in this matchup. Moon is a really polarizing card. Sometimes it is 3 mana win the game, but if you're even on board or behind, it can be a really bad tempo swing. They do play a ton of red cards that they can cast through Blood Moon as well. Relic good here. Relic is fine. The reason I don't play Relic in this matchup... The reason I don't... excuse me. The reason I don't play Relic in this matchup is that you are kind of always looking to top deck Murktide Regent in this matchup, in my experience. Or in the mid to late game, it's really, really common that you really want to draw Murktide. And if you are going to be relicking, it's like kind of hard to play to that. Obviously, like you can still there's tension there. It's not a crazy amount of tension. But that's the reason I don't play it. But also, of course, everybody's like, Relic is good here, Blood Moon's good here, but nobody says, Spike, you should cut this card for Relic or Blood Moon. Just played. I played this matchup 100+ times. I've played this matchup at least that much, probably more. And I've also played the other side more times. And I'm defending my point with I want to top deck Murktide. This is why I don't play. This is why I don't play Relic. You're saying trust me, bro. Just do it. Like that's not like you need to like if we're gonna have a productive conversation, you have to support your argument with something. Bane, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate you. Okay, put in Mr. Second Land. Found it here. But like I am acknowledging that it is a good card in the matchup. But what I'm saying is like I think that the Murktide is more important. Like Murktide is like the most important card. Speak of Murktide, I really want to draw a freaking land though. Ugh. Is there any consideration playing at DRC turn 2? Yeah, you could consider it, but I think it's better to play turn 1. I think I'm gonna use the bolt here instead of the Pierce, because if I draw land, I can go Murktide with Pierce up if I want. Might be probably better to go Charm though this turn, so the Murktide could be a 7/7. I've also been winning this matchup a lot too, for whatever that's worth. So now we get to play 7/7 Murktide with Pierce up. They've been missing land drops, so even if they do have Terminate, they have to have like Terminate plus Pierce or draw land. They drew the land, fuck. Couldn't play Merc with Pierce up. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that. Spike never play poker? Why? Oh yeah, I only use to XY. That's what I was thinking, but I didn't know if I like. If you're saying I would just be really bad at it. So I can play Channeler with Pierce up, but then I don't have Counterspell up for Luris, which I just think is too important here. Can't counter Ragavan because of Luris. Then Bolt to me is actually good for me. Cool. Worth consider is better than Thought Scour. You don't want to play more, I think. I guess I could have played on Spell Pierce by over delving, but I think keeping the types in the yard is better. My opponent's hand is Luris, Ragavan, 2 mystery cards. Is Enchant better? No, I can steal Shadow or Dragon Rage's Channeler or Ragavan with Charm. And I have a ton of mana, so I don't think mana efficiency is that relevant. It's somewhat relevant. I think I'm supposed to go for a main phase steal. I think I'm supposed to steal the Shadow, because otherwise I could die to Dress Down. Notably, my Murktide does not die to drown here. They're drowning my Shadow. Bolt the Shadow. They must have drowned with the way they were tapping. So they can cast my iteration. Fuck, and then they can drown my Murktide. Fuck. It's not over. It's almost over. That's why one extra delve was so important? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, keeping 2 types in the yard for, like, Delirium is important, too. But yeah, I think we win the game if I just delve 1 more there. It's obviously, like, very nuanced. Very easy, like, hindsight bias, right? Like an iteration of the double bolt, maybe. And maybe not. GG. On the Trophy League. Gonna run it back, though. Yeah, Skull.
Skull.